Hi, everybody, and welcome to episode 1 of K-pop Besties, the show where hosted by me and my bestie Warren.
Hello.
I can't believe it. It's episode 1. It's funny. I feel like we spoke this into existence.
We did.
We
We
did.
did. It was kind of one of those things was like, wouldn't it be cool if, and then it's all of a sudden like, yep, here it is. Like, and it is cool.
And we just started doing it. One of my good friends, Jeremy Johns, said, don't think about it too much. Just do it. Because if you're going to wait for something to be perfectly planned, it's
Right.
not going to happen. Your expectations are too high. So
Yep.
just and fine tune it after that. So,
Well, I always think about Mr. Beast, Jimmy,
yeah.
how he started just doing crappy videos on his phone, and look where he is now. And
Incredible.
you're all about to learn a little bit about Wendy and I, but we're both actually YouTubers. And the same advice I give to people who ask for YouTube advice is I just say just start, like, because it's not going to be perfect at first, and it's not going to be perfect 10 years from now. But you have to just start, and it's fun. Enjoy it. And I'm glad we're here for episode 1.
Yes, we're glad, and we're glad you guys are here for episode 1. So to
Yes,
kind of
thank
follow
you.
up on what Warren was saying about us being both YouTubers, if our voices sound familiar, if our faces look familiar, you may have seen us on YouTube talking about Marvel and DC and comic book movies and
Hmm.
geeky things in general. You can find me over at the Movie Couple. You can find Warren over at Cosmic Wonder. And how we connected, this is the funniest thing. So we met at the Eternals
Eternals,
premiere
I believe.
officially,
Yeah.
but we have a couple of mutuals.
Hmm.
But we officially met there and we started talking, and I honestly had no idea how much Warren was into K-pop. I had no
Well,
idea.
same with y'all.
So I think I have to thank our friend Laura
Yeah.
for this, because she had texted me, and this was because I really want to go and see Stray Kids in concert. They're starting their world tour, and I told her we got to get tickets, and she said yes, we have to get tickets. And 2 days later she texted me again. She said, hey, Warren wants to go. And I was like, Warren, like Cosmic Wonder Warren? This Warren? So
Me.
she's like, yeah. So of course Laura literally knows everybody and everybody, and she put us in a group text, was like, let's all get tickets to Stray Kids. And I was like, Warren's into K-pop. Amazing. So that's kind of how this podcast was born. The idea of two, literally two besties sitting down and talking about all things K-pop and K-content. We're going to expand a little bit into that, but our main focus will be on K-pop. So with that, Warren, what was your sort of first exposure into K-pop? Because I don't think you and I ever talked about that with each other.
Yeah, this goes back so far. And I'll tell like a brief history because you have to know of my life. When I was younger, my dad worked out of state and my mom worked nights. So this family that they were super close with helped raise me, and they're a Korean family. So really my exposure to K-pop goes back so far. Nothing that I would like remember now, but to where, I don't know, 6 years ago, where K-pop like really started to kind of get mainstream in the US, it sparked my interest because of that part of my life. So I always just kind of like would listen to it kind of like casually, never like super 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 big. But then when kind of like when groups like when Twice came around, I like fell in love with Twice. So that's kind of where it all, like, since their debut, like ooh ah, like that song and the whole video for that song, and that's where I was like, this is awesome, and I love these girls. So that through them I got into other groups, of course, and now with all the newer groups like Blackpink and Aspa and a bunch of these other groups, it's so cool to see how it's grown and to see how much of a fan that I've become of it. So that's kind of how. So, but what about you?
That's pretty incredible. Mine's not as interesting. Someone I knew showed me a video of Big Bang,
Okay. Yeah.
and I can't even remember which one it was, but I went down the rabbit hole then, and
Hmm.
then 21 came out, and I was like, "Oh
Oh.
my gosh, who are they with their fashion, hairstyle?" And it wasn't just bubblegum pop, which is there's nothing wrong with that, but I sort of love that they had this, rougher edge to it, and it
Mhm.
kind of went along with kind of how YG was doing things then. So I really started liking it there, but then it didn't really expand too far until later on. I met a friend through working at Universal Studios, the theme park, and he was really into. He could still be. I haven't talked to him in years, but he was really into Hyuna at the time, and Bubble Pop was coming out.
Mm.
He was so excited about Bubble Pop, because they always do teasers for
Right.
every
Yeah. Yeah.
new,
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
debut, new single. So, and I was like, who's this Hyuna? So I went down the rabbit hole again. So it kind of reignited my love for K-pop. And then it sort of not fizzled, but it was a little bit on the back burner because, work and life and everything busy. I
Sure.
still kind of try to keep myself in the know of it, but there's so many new artists like there are today. They keep, debuting, and there's new songs, and it's hard to keep up sometimes.
Yeah. No, it can be for sure.
Yeah. So then it was the debut of Blackpink. That hook, there was line and sinker. That's it. I was done. I was like, who are they? And I
Yep.
realized that they were YG, and I was like, oh my gosh, their seniors are 21 and Big Bang.
Yep.
And from there, it just hasn't stopped. And obviously, BTS has a big effect on it. But I think it's been really cool to um, expand into other groups. So, sometimes you stand one group and it's just
Oh,
that
right.
group.
Of course. Yeah.
But with and I say this with so much love from my heart, as much as I love Blackpink, they don't have a whole lot of activity. They did in the beginning.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
YG, I don't know what you're doing with these four ladies because they're so, so, so talented. We need a
Yeah.
comeback. We need another full album.
There's
Anyways,
there's rumors of it, and I think you and I talked about it.
yeah,
I think this was you when we were saying like they actually really don't need to do music anymore because
they
they're so famous
don't.
on their own. And like
Yes.
Jisoo did Snowdrop, and Jenny Chanel and Lisa, there's just they can do things on their own, and they don't
Yes.
have to return to music. But of course, we all want them to so bad. And
Yes.
there's rumors that they're about to actually do a comeback, which I really, really hope. They've all been in Korea at the same time. They were all together
Mm-hmm.
for the Rolling Stones cover, and everything. So hopefully, like in the midst of all of that, they've been working on music because they're one of my favorites as well. Actually, you said something that made me remember, like actually one of the big reasons I started to really love K-pop is because of the music videos. I would
Yeah.
watch them and be like, these are so much better than like any of like the American music videos and stuff like that as well. And I listen to a lot of English music as well as like the British English music. Like these are so much better than their music videos as well. Like this is so good. Like so much goes into this. Like you said, like the fashion, the production. Like I remember, I don't even remember what song this is, but I remember I had watched, I think it was I Can't Stop Me from
Ooh,
Twice.
okay. Yeah.
And then I had seen a video by Shawn Mendes and Justin Bieber, and it's literally like one shot the entire video. And it's just like them singing on a stage in the woods. And
Uh-huh.
I'm like, this is so boring. I just watched this amazing video by
Multiple
Twice.
sets.
Right. So many sets. That's the cool thing about I think K-pop videos. And then I just watched nothing against Justin Bieber, Shawn Mendes, but the music video was so subpar that I was just kind of like, I have a lot of respect for like the way, these K-pop artists do their music videos and stuff. That was one of the big reasons that I really, because I love music videos. I don't just like the music because I know some people just listen to music but don't watch too much of the videos. I love the music videos.
Yeah. I gotta agree with you there. There's every single time I watch a K-pop video and I think, wow, what kind of special effects do they have? Like that background looks
Right.
so good. And then you watch one of their, vlog diaries because they always do this,
Mm-hmm.
after they release a brand new music video, you're like, oh my gosh, it's practical. Everything is practical. There's very, very little actual special effects in it other than maybe little like animated and lighting
Right.
sequences. But these are physical sets. Like I think for Kill This Love, I was shocked that they literally
Oh
did
yeah.
dance on that giant bear trap, stage. And I was like, that can't be real. I was like, for sure that's a green screen, and just looks seamless. It wasn't. It's real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Music video slaps.
no, it really does. Ginny with the wings, right? That's
Oh,
her,
yeah.
that one's really cool. And then I think it's do where she has the fox.
The little fennec fox.
Yeah, the
So
fennec fox. Yeah, it's like
cute.
there's so many cool things.
Yeah.
Like with you know what? It
And the
wasn't like
creature in ice cream. What
What's
is it
that?
called? There was a creature that they were petting in ice cream too, in the ice cream
Oh, it was like
music
a
video.
gerbil or something like that.
Yeah, it was just like
Yeah.
bigger than. It's so cute.
Yeah. I remember. It wasn't I Can't Stop Me. It was Yes or Yes, which there's a lot that goes into that because they like
Oh,
multiply Tsui and Sana. There's a scene where there's like a bunch of Sana like in there, and it's just like the stage moves at the. It's really cool, and it's a big production. And then I watched that other video. I'm like, what the heck?
I know it feels lackluster in comparison.
It does.
Yeah.
It does, and that's one of
And
the
it's
great
it's
things about
any
K-pop.
artist. It's any other artist that's in the K-pop. There was a group that just released their brand new single. I think it's their debut. It's oh gosh, La La La
Oh, let's Seraphim. Let's
Lalapansi.
Seraphim.
No, the other one.
Oh,
It's I think MLA Entertainment today. And the song is Hit Ya.
oh, I'm not sure.
They're very young. They look really really young. Lapillus, I think is the name. Yes,
Huh.
Lapillus. I think it's how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Lapillus. Hit
Hit
yeah.
ya.
It's a really good song. I
Oh,
think
that
it's a
was
very
today.
strong debut. Yeah, that was today. That
Oh, wow.
I just saw that and I watched the video twice. I haven't even watched their live stage yet. I don't know
Mhm.
if they've done one of those yet, but it's in their schedule. I'm sure it's going to come up. So it's just it's incredible. So I think with that, I think this is a good time to kind of segue into the next little bit is what current, what groups, artists that are we currently like into and standing right now? You got a shirt on, Warren. I think that's
I have a shirt and there's a poster
there.
here. I don't know if
Yeah.
you could figure it out, which was also our first concert together
Yes.
twice. Like I said, like Twice is kind of how I got into like back into it after all those years. So Twice always has like a very, very special place in my heart. And I truly love the music and I truly love the members. Like that's what I think is so cool about them is like they're like, let's be honest, like there's some groups that's like, okay, you don't stand all of the members, right? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and there's some groups where I'm just like, I don't like this member. But with Twice, I'm like, there's something that I love about each and every one of these girls. Um, and they're very different. They offer a lot of like they're very versatile. And their songs, like you could get like Cheer Up or Likey, and then you can get like I Can't Stop Me
Mm-hmm.
and Cry for Me, and they're all so good but different. And
Yes.
I love that about them. I love that about them, and they're just so lovable. Like
Yeah, they're a fun group.
Sana and Momo have my heart like forever. And Itzy, which is also JYP. I love Itzy to death. I think Yeji might yes. Oh, that was so good by Rujin and Yeji. Yeji might be
Yes.
like my ultimate bias, like the ultimate ever. I love Yeji. She's awesome. I love how she dances, and I love that she looks like Light Fury, which
I should have pulled a picture of that.
which we had to
Next
talk about, of
episode.
course. Yes, next episode. I love the Light Fury ones. They're so funny. And then I love Stray Kids because we talked about going to that concert. I love BTS. You mentioned Hyuna.
Mhm.
I've always liked her
Yeah.
for a long time because she was in Psy's Gangnam Style video.
Yes. And I think
Now,
that's when she went solo, or was she still with 4 Minute?
so no, she that's a whole tragic story and
Yeah.
that's why I've always really liked her. It's because she stuck with her man. And he stuck with her, and they went through so much. They actually went with Psy after all of that, and and then she made her comebacks and she pushed through it all. And I don't want to say she's damaged, but you can definitely tell that like all that took a really big
Oh,
toll on
there's some
her.
trauma there for
Right,
sure.
yeah,
She endured a lot.
she did, and that's why I really love that she's still here. And like, what was her last like ping pong?
Oh, it's so
No,
good. Yeah. Ping pong
ping
was her
pong.
thing with Edon. And then I think
Yeah,
actually Edon just came out with a new song as well. But I
yeah.
can't remember the name of it. Hyuna's latest, I think it really was.
I think it was ping pong.
Yeah.
To my recollection.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think so too.
So and if we're wrong, we're sorry, but
Let us know in the comments
yeah,
if there's another
let us
song. 'Cause I
know.
think I'm Not Cool came out before Ping Pong.
Oh no, that definitely came out before ping pong. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know that for sure. So yeah, I've always really liked her. I like Hyolyn. She recently did. What did she do?
I
I
don't
think she
know
did
of
a
her.
festival recently.
Oh.
Hyolyn, Say My Name. I think that's my favorite song by her.
Okay, yeah.
You might have heard that song.
Yes. Once you
Yeah.
said the title,
Yeah.
then the song, yes.
Yeah. And then Mamamoo. I love Mamamoo. The like Hwasa and Solar just did solo stuff, and so did Moonbul. They're fantastic. I really, there's so much. I could go on, but you
Yeah.
start with yours before I take up all the groups.
I mean, I think a lot of our groups overlap, and I think that's what's kind of cool about the K-pop industry is a lot of these artists, because they all train, they go through the same training
Right.
program, regardless of whichever entertainment agency they audition into. They're still kind of like, if you want to take a look at Somi literally knows everybody. Doesn't
Oh
matter what
yeah,
agency you're from. Like, she'll get everybody to do one of her challenges
she
when
really
she
does.
has,
Yeah, yeah. You
you
see
know,
everyone on her TikTok. Yeah.
everybody. So I think that's really cool. So um I think Blackpink is just my ultimate because I love the four of them so much. That is also the only group that I don't have a bias in. If you ask me what my bias is, who my bias is in Blackpink, I can't
It's
give you one.
hard. Yeah, and they don't have a leader either,
They don't have a
which is
leader, and
kind
I
of rare.
kind of love that. It's really,
Yeah.
really rare. I feel like if I were to name a leader, I feel like I give it to Jisoo.
Yeah,
She's
she's the
so
uni.
level-headed.
Yeah, she's the uni, and I
Yes.
I often actually say Jisoo is my bias, but then I'll go like watch Jenny's solo music video, and I'll be like,
Yes.
maybe I changed my
Or you watch Elisa dance
watch La
video.
Lisa or something like, or Rosé's Gone. It's like
Uh,
they're all really
yeah.
awesome. I just think Jisoo is the funniest,
She's
which
so
is why I have
funny.
like a big. She'll always have a really big place in my heart because I love that. Yes, she takes care of everybody, but she jokes around a lot too.
Yeah, and I like what Teddy said about her in their Light Up the Sky Netflix documentary, was
Mm.
that like she is one of the toughest that he's seen in the industry, because he's never seen her. I
Cry
think
like twice or something. You
maybe
said,
yeah, and that's
yeah,
really rare, and so she knows how to. These girls, they all have to endure so much, and if you
so much.
watch, this is and Blackpink isn't the only example. Literally, if you ask any group
Yeah,
about their training days, they all cry.
yeah,
Boy group or girl group, they all cry. It's a really, really tough time.
it's
They're away from
hard.
their family. Yeah, you have that pressure. If you have to be perfect, you're not going to make it, but you've
There's no,
invested so
yeah,
much time.
that's the
And a lot of
thing.
them go to school, while they're doing this. Like, they have, I think, was it Treasure? One of the guys they were about to do their debut stage, I think, for the final like challenge or something like that, but he had to also study and pass an
Yeah,
exam.
I know.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, like you take Sui for example for Twice. She didn't know Korean or English, right? It's like
Taiwanese
how
pride.
right, exactly. Yeah, there you both have that in common.
Yeah.
But like how hard is that? Because like I've been learning Korean for some time now, and granted I don't study like every day, which is what they would make them do, right? At wherever whether it's YG, JYP, wherever they're at, they'd make them study Korean. Obviously, you need to know it. But I remember watching. They just changed the name of their show. Is it called the Korean Bros now?
Oh,
On
instead of the Knowing Bros?
Yeah, is it still the
Oh.
Knowing Bros? I thought they changed the title for the Netflix series.
Oh, it's possible. That's possible.
Yeah, I think they but the Knowing Bros. I remember like one of the first times they were on it, and like they're literally like, "Oh, she doesn't really know Korean yet," so Sui's just sitting there like kind of not. I'm like, that's so hard. Like, imagine just like going on like a live television show that's about you and your other members, and you can't understand what is like being said. Like, how hard is that? Like, oh. And then on
Yeah.
top it off, you're waking up at 5 a.m. and going to bed at 12, and and you're spending most of that time doing physical activities and exhausting your voice, and it's just really, really hard on
Yeah.
them, and which is so understandable why they all cry.
Yeah, it's a really hard time, but
Yeah,
I hope they get to look back and say, look where we started and look where we
we
are
made it.
now.
Yeah,
And that's why they all continue to work so hard. Like I think a lot of these Korean artists have so much drive and so much determination because of that mentality that they have to be in. It's like fight
right,
or fight. There's no other way around it. Like, you auditioned in,
right.
you gotta do it.
Well, you
So
have to, because like look at Young from Itzy. Like, she didn't make Twice in 17 or 16.
mhm.
Which one was, I can't remember. I think it's 16 because I'm thinking of the group 17.
Oh, that's a different.
Right, it's totally different. Yeah, but Char didn't make it, but then she made Itzy. But if
Wow.
she would have gave up,
She wouldn't have made it.
she wouldn't have made. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that's so like. Can you imagine like training for years and years and years and you never debut? Like,
Well, I mean, Banchan was kind of from Stray Kids was kind of he felt that because I think he trained 8 years
yeah,
before they, he got to put together Stray Kids and
right.
finally debuted. And even that was rough because they had sent home Lino and Felix. They had cut them in one of the episodes.
Yep.
That was heartbreaking.
The same thing happened with Twice in 16. Momo and Sui didn't make it. There was only supposed to
Wow.
be 7 members, but then at the end, JYP was like, "We're gonna have 9."
What
Like,
is that JYP? He's like, I'm gonna cut 2 and I'm gonna
yep,
put them back
yep.
for drama. Maybe that was always the plan. I'll just pick 2,
Right. I
and then
don't
I'll
know.
put them back
Maybe.
in. That could be the math.
Yeah, maybe. Was it always planned for 9 and it was just for the drama, or
Yeah.
did they see Momo and Sui and go, "We need them"? You
I
know,
hope it's the latter because
you would
Twice
hope.
wouldn't be Twice without them,
No, it really wouldn't. And you have to think about
without any of the members.
right. If you lost any of them, it really wouldn't be the same.
It'd be weird.
It
Yeah.
would.
So I mean, those groups, Warren and I kind of overlap in the ones that we like. Blackpink, Twice. I love Somi. I want more from her, but I think she's such an interesting artist. She's a very fun artist to watch. Um,
She has fun song. Like Dum Dum's
yeah,
a really fun
Dum
song.
Dum's a really fun one, and
Yeah.
I'm waiting for another comeback. Stray Kids, BTS, Monster X, whose concert that I didn't get to go to because I was like, everything's so expensive.
Ugh, it's the
So
worst.
I skipped it. But there's a lot, and but I would say Blackpink, Twice, Stray Kids, BTS is kind of like the main. But then I like to branch out and I like to get obsessed over other groups. Red Velvet is another
Of
one I
course.
should
Oh,
probably
I love
mention.
Red Velvet, Stacy.
Stacy and Mix. And Mix, I think they're super talented. I'm not crazy about their
Their
debut
debut
song,
wasn't, yeah.
but
I'm the same.
their stage presence is incredible. Incredible.
Which is good because sometimes like when people debut, like Aspa's stage presence is not that good.
Their songs
They
are
can
great though.
sing like no one else though. They can sing. And yeah, their music videos are also amazing as well.
Yeah.
They're great. I love them, but their stage presence is like if you compare them to like Twice, like Itzy or Inment Mix, yeah, a little less. But Sunmi is about to make a comeback, and I'm really excited
Is
for
she
that
really?
because Gashina was like one of
Gashi.
yeah was
So good.
such an iconic song, and so she's about to make a comeback, and I'm really excited for that.
I'm excited for her. And then just for solo artists, CL, I love Hyuna. Sai, who just came back with
Oh,
that. It's so
good.
So good. I learned the dance, so one of these days you and I have to get together and film
Let's
film
do
it.
it,
Me, you, and our friend Laura.
Laura.
So we're talking about stage presence, which takes me to our next topic, which is our first K-pop concert experience. We'll get to mine in a little bit because I think you've gone to a few more than me. So what was your very first K-pop concert?
Mine was this is gonna sound bad because I don't even remember the artist that it was because it was here in Utah. And my
Oh.
friends were like, "Hey, there's this, small K-pop guy who's going to be playing at this place. You just want to come?" And I remember at the time I didn't know he was either. And I still can't remember who he is. I don't think he's like super big now, or I would be like, "Oh my gosh, I saw him when he was like really, just starting off." But that was my first one. My first big was actually Twice.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah, because like my first big one. Because I couldn't get Blackpink tickets because it was like, good luck.
Impossible.
Yeah, it's just like I think you tried as well, right?
Yeah, I tried. I tried
Yeah.
for I tried the first day when they first sold out within minutes.
It's every time I've tried for Twice, for Straight, anytime, and even like other like Taylor Swift, like it's just like it's so hard to get tickets. And
Yeah.
but yeah, no, the first time was not the time that we went, but a time before when I saw it Twice. I went all out and I got front row seats on the catwalk stage, and I went one night because I spent so much money, but I had so many interactions with them. Like so many like half hearts done, so many finger hearts. Sui blew me a kiss. I have that on camera because I'm like, Dewey, and she comes up and I do the half one, she does it back, and then the finger heart, and she does it back. And as she's like doing that, she's like, I'm like,
Oh, just start crying
no,
uncontrollably.
pretty much. So, well, it's funny because you can hear me in the video. I'm like, Joey, and the second she like comes up and notices me, I'm like, ah, like you can literally hear me, like, ah. I'm like,
It's an accurate reaction.
yeah, I'm like losing it, like, because she was like, it was like literally like just me, like she was looking at me. She did that, I did the half heart, she completed the half, like it was literally her and myself like interacting, and that happened. Like I think you've seen the video, like Sana, like they were lined up in front and they were talking, and I like yelled Sana, and she looks at me and I gave her finger heart, and she
Oh my
gave me one
gosh.
right back, and I was like, like it's like right, it's like it's so weird. And then when we went, I went both nights, and the first night that you weren't at, I like pointed at Shay, and she like points like right back at me, and there's just like a bunch of, so that's also another reason why I really love Twice, because I've had really great experiences at their concerts. So that was, I would say Twice was my first like really big one, not the time we went, but a time before that.
Yeah, it was incredible. And Warren did take me to the Twice concert. We had incredible seats, and I told him, you set the bar too high for me for my first K-pop concert experience. It's all downhills from here, because we are going to Stray Kids, but we're not on the floor, which is also kind of going to be okay because it's exhausting.
Yeah, and you probably can't tell, but we're both very short.
Yeah, we're short. So like if we don't get sort of like the first row corner of anything, we're not going to see anything.
Right, yeah. So kind of sitting a little higher up is
a little higher up. I think
thing.
it'll be fine, and I won't scream out my lungs. But I do have a picture here of the two of us.
Yes.
At the Twice concert. This marquee that we took a photo in front of took, what is it? How long did we wait? An hour?
My gosh.
And some time just to take a photo.
Longer
there was
than
a huge
the merch line.
It was longer. Yeah, people would get in line for merch, get their merch, leave, and we would still be standing in the same place.
In the line.
It was insane, but I'm still glad that we went up and took our photos. Definitely. And such a great experience. I have confetti and streamers from that, put them in a little box. Yeah, like I'm never throwing it away, but hopefully that is one of many concerts to come. I know we already have tickets for Stray Kids in July, in like about a month or so.
And then Itzy super excited. October.
And then Itzy, Warren's faves, coming back.
I love them so much.
Yeah, they're coming back. We're gonna get hopefully shirts made. We can get tickets.
Yes, they released it. Well, we're gonna get tickets, even if we have to buy resale, unfortunately. But they just released yesterday their like new concept for Checkmate, and it's so, I don't know if you want to bring that up, because it's so good. I don't know how to bring it up.
You talk and I will do it. Tell us about what you know about Checkmate.
They're all wearing crowns, and I love the symbolism, because it's like checkmate, chess, right? And they're queens, right? Yes. Or maybe even queens, because the king is the guy that's like, meh, you get me, you lose. The queens are the one that do everything. So the whole concept of that and them wearing the crowns, I really, really love. But dang, the visuals for this are already on point. Like, it's
really incredible.
They really are already on point. If you're looking for it, I think they did on Twitter. Okay.
I just have this.
Yes, that. No, that's it though. I mean,
look at them.
They're so awesome. And there's my Yeji right up front.
It's a very fierce, but also soft at the same time.
Right.
Like, there's something very strong and feminine about this photo.
Yeah, I actually really, really love Yuna in that photo. Like, she's very, her head and her neck are very up, but her smile and her eyes are soft.
Yes.
And I just love Yuna altogether. To be so young to debut, because she was like 17 when they debuted. 16 maybe.
Oh, that's very young.
She was 16 or 17 when they debuted. Actually, no, I gotta know.
Gosh, then what was she training at 12 and 13?
Right, well, some start that early, which is crazy.
Yeah, I know.
How young was Yuna?
Do a quick Google.
When she debuted. So this is just when they debuted. She was 16.
And they train
when
for at the minimal. I think that the shortest maybe 3 years.
yeah. So that's
Wow.
yeah, that's pretty intense. Like
Yeah.
to be thrown into all of that when you're so young. I mean, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's crazy to me.
And I think it just speaks to, again, determination and talent. It's, you got to have those two. Determination sometimes a little bit over the talent. Just, and
Oh,
I'm not saying like it's you they're all talented going in, which is how they were even able to audition into the first place. But
right.
it's the determination and the drive that keeps them going, and when they debut. And it's also finding that synergy with your bandmates, with the
Oh,
members. Like I
absolutely.
hear that all the time about Stray Kids, about Twice, about Blackpink,
Yep.
about BTS. It's, they find each other, and it's
Mhm.
that chemistry that makes the group the group. Because if it's just people that dance and sing well and they're performing but there's no chemistry between them, then it's not as fun to watch
No.
as a group who can be playful because they're like, they call each other's brothers and sisters, because they really do, they're family. So
Yeah, and you
yeah.
think about, it hurts me to think about this, and it didn't even happen to me. But you think about how like Jisoo talked about how before there was just the four of them, they cut like one girl.
Yes.
And I'm just like, imagine being that girl. Like, oh my
I don't want to
gosh.
think about it.
Right.
That
It
hurts
literally
so
hurts
much.
you to think about, like, there's one girl out there that goes, I was supposed to be in Blackpink, but I got cut.
I hope she's not, too discouraged to continue trying. I think the reason you are able to audition into an agency is huge, and I hope she keeps trying. Maybe she can come out and debut as a solo artist,
Maybe.
or in another
Or
group.
something else, yeah.
Yeah, but YG's got to do. There's got to be more, like.
Yeah, I mean,
we always hear about they have another girl group, or they have
right.
this, and I see nothing for their current artists
Uh-uh.
or their future artists. I was like, where's more Treasure? Where's more Blackpink? Where's more Winner and Icon?
Yeah, who knows? I think it would be really, and we don't know people's personal lives.
Yes,
but I think it'd be
that's
really
true.
dumb not to do at least one more comeback as Blackpink.
Yeah.
Right? Because there was no, like, this would be out of nowhere that they would just stop, right? There was no problems or talk that they might disband or anything like that. Like, contracts being up, like Twice, like there was we were wondering, oh my gosh, Twice's contract's up like this year, right? And we're just like, are they gonna stay together? They're not. But then it's like, oh, hey, here's Nayeon's solo stuff, and that's like hope and stuff like that. And then so hopefully they stay together and they just do private solo stuff, right? And
and I need Jisoo to have her solo debut. All the girls have gotten their solo. Jisoo, and I'm not counting Snowdrop as.
Well, that's what. Yeah, I was gonna say. They were all doing solo debuts, and she was doing. It's like
acting.
18 episodes, I think. 16
that's
episodes.
A lot of days on set.
It's a lot. Yeah, and I think she crushed it.
Oh, she's so good.
She was really, really great in it.
By all means, that drama is not a happy watch.
It's an intense one. It's very intense.
It took me so long to finish because I was always crying in the episodes. So I was like, I can't bring myself to watch another one right now. It's just so
heavy,
heartbreaking. Yeah, it's a really heavy one. I actually moved on to Business Proposal right after because I needed something really lighthearted.
Upbeat. Yeah,
I might have to watch that again.
Are you watching My ID is Gangnam Beauty now?
I am on episode. I think I'm still episode. No, I'm episode 2 now. Okay. But the first episode, there's one moment that rubbed me the wrong way, and I know this is just setting it up, so I probably will push through. But when she kind of was in that room by herself with, wait, am I going to ruin it for you if I say for episode 1?
I've seen the whole thing.
Oh, okay. When that senior kind of pressured her to go and rest in that lounge area, I actually had to take a pause and walk away. I was like, I don't know if I like the situation in here, and luckily nothing happened, but.
I was gonna say, did you finish it?
I finished it.
Okay, so
I finished it, but it took me a second. I was like, red flag.
Yeah,
paused it.
Yeah, that guy sucks, and he continues to suck throughout.
Well, I already don't like him. The character, not the actor.
No, of course.
No hate to the actor.
These are all actors doing their jobs. No, he'll continue to suck, and then he'll go away for a little while, so it gets okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll push on.
It's. Yeah, so you're gonna get to a part in like the middle of it where you're like, okay, what the heck is that like? Because you hope for certain people to get together, and then it's like things go a different way, and you're like, all right, well, what's gonna happen now? And you're kind of like, in limbo, but then like just stick that out because the ending is super cute.
Okay.
One of my
You because
favorite
you
endings.
recommended, I will finish it.
I really enjoyed it.
Okay, I will finish it.
I really enjoyed it.
Nice.
So.
Well, since we were just talking about, groups and solo activities and their careers and whatnot, I think this is a great way to segue into BTS.
Uh,
BTS
a lot
just
of people are
recently.
really sad.
I checked on Laura. She is okay. She
Is
is
she
our
okay?
friend who is she was like ultimate army. I
She
literally she
really is.
spends the amount of money and time she devotes to that
It's
to that
impressive.
group is really incredible. I wish I had the funds to invest in how she invests. Like I have very little BTS stuff. One, they're hard to find. I still can't find an army bomb to save my life today. Can't find them. They're sold out everywhere. But just days after the release of Proof, they kind of surprised all of us who are army and those who aren't army that they're going to take
Little hiatus.
a little hiatus. There's no like when we're gonna come back, and this is gonna allow them to let each member take the time and focus on solo
Solo
activities.
stuff. Yep.
Yes, so a part of that, because then I watched Yet to Come,
Okay.
and I was watching and I was loving it, and then I started reading the lyrics, and when every time like a new song drops, you watch it again and again to kind of decipher the words, and you read between the lines. And BTS, if you guys are familiar with BTS, their lyrics are very they put a lot of thought into all of their songs. And this one felt a little bit like is it a goodbye? It's kind of like when Big Bang came back with their song with just the four members. And I read it, I was like, I know this is a comeback, but why does it feel like a goodbye? I kind of felt
Right.
a little bit of that way. And I'm not saying, I don't want to start rumors. They're not broken up. They're still very much still BTS.
Yeah.
And I think they deserve a hiatus. They've worked very long, very
They have
hard. And
a
I
lot of stuff.
do want to see them, have their solo careers. I think I just love seeing them together so much. It's right now very hard to imagine them taking time apart from
Yeah.
doing group activities to just solo activities. So that's kind of like, it hurts a little bit, but I also want to come from a place of understanding and support.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially because I think especially when you're such like Twice and BTS who have, a lot of members, you are like, you want your own identity.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, yes, I'm, Suga of BTS, but I'm also like Suga, my own person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like the group isn't your entire identity. Same with Blackpink, doing their solo stuff. It's like, there is stuff that I just want to express on my own, right? Because music is an expression. And, same with Nayeon, she's getting her solo stuff now. It's like you get to identify as a solo artist. I think that means a lot to them.
Yeah.
And I think that's why a lot of people, do it. Mamamoo done that. Hwasa has her really, really incredible solo stuff. Solar just came out with hers. They all have their stuff. I think it just comes down to like having your own identity. What you have it as like a part of the group, but then as a person as well.
Yeah. And I'm very excited for these solo releases that we're going to get, whatever it may be. We already know that J-Hope is, I think, in the lineup for Lollapalooza.
He is. Yeah. Yeah.
Which Laura and I already talked about it. We're not going to go because it's all the way in Chicago and we don't know how long his set's going to be and all of that stuff.
Yeah. That's a
like
risk.
we want to support, but sometimes it's kind of, and with current lives and jobs, and we don't really know if we can take that time away, but we explored it for a second there. But it's more than just like what they release in ways of music videos and songs, because that's going to be great. But for someone like Namjoon, who is, I think, a genius when it comes to songwriting, I can't wait to see him also like take on that, like, a little bit of a producer role.
Sure.
As if he hasn't already, but he can, without worrying about the members' activities because he's the leader.
Right.
I'm excited to see what each one of them is going to bring.
Yeah, there's a few that I like. I'm curious as what like Jimin would do like solo and like JK, and like I'm curious to see what they would put out. So like I'm excited, but I don't want them to completely disband.
Yeah. And also we kind of run into, on Namjoon's 27, when do they have to go into that mandatory military service?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Or have they finalized that rule? I heard rumors about the rule being slightly altered for
Idols.
idols who
Yeah.
are, I mean for idols like BTS, they're traveling the world.
Right.
They're like country treasure.
Yeah, it's when you're they're like, it's not super, they're like supernovas. Like it's like they're when like I remember JYP saying something one time about Rain. Him and
Mm,
Rain were talking,
mm.
and he was saying something like, Rain was like, I isn't it true, like I made you like the most money like out of any like talent like in a while. I don't think it was including recently, like twice and everybody.
Yeah.
um he's like, that's true, right? And JYP was like, I mean, it would have been true if you didn't lose all the money, if I didn't lose so much money trying to introduce you in America at the time, because it didn't go very successfully.
Oh,
So like not all these groups hit in America, right?
yeah.
Now more than back then. But
Yes.
you have to think about how popular BTS is worldwide, and not
Worldwide.
just, yeah, not just in America and Korea, but like worldwide. Yeah. So it's like, at what point in time do they get an exception? At what point? Because it's like, if
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. So, and it's just so many years in the military, because
right,
that's the mandatory. So,
right,
I just wonder, but maybe I think a couple of them are close in age, so I think
yeah,
they maybe get to enlist together, kind of like in Big Bang. A couple of the members were able to, spend some time together while they're in the military. So,
right, yeah,
I don't think this is the end. I think it's a very well deserved hiatus, and I think they've grown so much as individuals and as artists, and I think this is just another chapter. And I'm gonna say when, not if, when they come back, they're gonna be stronger than
put it out
ever.
there.
Put it out there.
We're gonna,
Don't
what
leave us,
what's
BTS.
it
Don't
called?
leave
We're gonna
us.
manifest it,
Manifest it. Come back.
manifest it into the universe.
2023 January. Let's go.
There
Short
you go.
hiatus.
Boom.
6 months.
Very short hiatus.
No, that's
Hey,
not fair.
some
Take as long as they need.
yeah. Hey, sometimes people just like, sometimes people just need like a little bit, and then they're like, all right, I'm good.
Yeah, and like
Right.
maybe they just need time to rest and like miss it.
Right. They need rest.
They really need rest.
Yeah.
They've been doing this for really, it's a lot of traveling. It's very taxing on the
It's hard.
body,
Yeah.
on their vocals, and like so they can spend time with their family members
Right. To where you
and
don't have
have
to
a
wake
private
up
life.
and dance for 5 hours a day, right?
Yeah,
It's
like
it's
it's 3
hard.
a.m. call time, 3 a.m. wake up, 5 a.m. call time. Don't go to bed until 2 a.m. It's crazy.
Right. Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
people.
you have to deal with the time changes when you go everywhere as well, which
Yeah,
just more toll on your body, right? I mean,
yeah. I think they're still like right now catching up probably from all the jet
probably.
lags, because it's
Yeah.
insane. Like your body is a wreck, I'm sure, at the end of it. Kind of moving over to a different group, a different artist. I just want to shout out, because Rosé's crushing it. She is on the cover of Vogue
Vogue.
Australia. Look at her. Look at this fine lady.
I know.
Her full story is in the latest edition of Vogue Australia. But what was cool is that she also got to speak with Baz Luhrmann, the filmmaker, who I was yesterday years old, or maybe a couple days ago. I realized that I must have never watched an interview with Baz Luhrmann, because I did not realize that he was Australian. If you heard him speak, you would know that he is Australian.
Right. Yeah.
But I love that Rosé, I think for the longest time, her and Lisa, I think, were kind of cast as, oh, they're foreigners, right?
Hmm.
Because neither one of them were born in Korea. They're not, like I think Rosé's Korean when she entered was obviously better than Lisa's. Like Lisa had to do what Z did and, really learn.
Hmm.
But I felt like Rosé's drive, like ever since her release of her solo songs, and she's just been kind of on this upward trajectory of like forward, 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 forward. And I loved sitting down and listening to her talk with Baz Luhrmann, and I just thought that was a really fun interview. So I wanted
It
to highlight it
was.
here. Yeah,
Yeah, I like the story that she's told on how she had to leave her family, but her dad was like, you'd be singing at like 3 a.m. in the morning, like off key, and be playing the piano. So they were like, yeah, we need to get this girl an audition. Like, and then she auditioned, and then next thing you know, she has to leave her family and like do all the stuff. Like, speaking of all the what the trainees have to go through, it's hard, but yeah, Rosé is she's fantastic. I've always thought her
yeah.
vocals were on point.
Her voice is really unique. She's got a unique tone to it, and the way she sings is really unique. And I don't know if you ever watch any of her like Instagram live concerts. Like she'll do these mini concerts when Blackpink is on break, and it's just
Hmm.
her and Lauren as her like guitar companion,
Hmm.
and she just sing any song.
Yeah.
It's great, and she just crushes it every time. So that's why I'm not ready for them to kind of be over as a group yet and do solo careers, because I
Right.
think there's so much more these girls can offer. But if you see a copy of Vogue Australia, if you're in Australia, go ahead and pick it up and
Pick it
support
up.
our girl Rosé.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
I definitely don't want Blackpink to be done. They
No,
need at
not
least one more
one
comeback.
more. Yeah, one
At
more
least one
comeback.
more.
And then they can, rest and do what they want, and
Right.
what they
Never
they
disband,
wanted to.
actually.
Never disband and just do
Right.
it.
Just
Just
take your breaks.
yeah, just say we'll support you on your solo ventures, whatever they may be, as a group as well. Um, Warren, we got a lot of things coming up. Some things that we're looking to attend, some things that we hopefully will attend. And let's take a look at this. We
Pick
got K
on.
2022. Have you ever been to a KCon?
No.
I've never been to a KCon.
No. But Itzy's going to KCON. So I'm like gonna do everything in my power to try and get a meet and greet, because I quite might I might literally faint. Like,
Oh,
really. Like, and like I talk about Yeji, but I
yeah.
love everybody in Itzy. Like
Yes.
Chaeyoung, Leah, Yuna, Rujin, Yeji. I love them all. And I'm a really big dance fan, and they're a dance group.
Yes.
So I just like, but I love their music too.
Yeah.
Like Mafia in the Morning is such a crazy good song to me. And I've met like a lot of people that are like, oh, this song's kind of weird. It kind of throws me off. I'm like, this song
Mm.
hits so hard. Like, this song hits so freaking hard. I would listen to it right before I would play my hockey games. Like, it would be the last song I would listen to before I got out of my car,
Yeah.
because it would pump me up. And even their debut was so colorful, and about them being different, right? Dala Dala. Um, so I just I love them so much. So I'm hoping we get to go. Maybe we'll get to go as press.
Maybe,
Uh,
hopefully, we have to try.
we're gonna try, but I will attend just as a fan regardless. Um,
Yes.
and Stacy's gonna be there, and
And
Inmix is
Mixes will
gonna
be
be
there, and
there.
Hypen's going to be there.
I
That's a
was
big draw for me as
surprised.
well.
Yeah,
Right?
I was surprised they're gonna be there. Yeah, I was
Yeah, it's
surprised
going to
Itzy
be
was gonna be there with them.
Pandemanium for
Yeah,
sure. So, what you can kind of expect at KCON, it's not just K-pop, it is kind of K content, K-pop, K beauty, food, and beyond. So, there will be panels, kind of like any convention that you have gone to. There will be
right.
definitely a floor to walk full of merch. So, I got to start saving now if we're going to
Yep.
go, because there's going to be, maybe I can finally get an army bomb there.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe. So I really haven't been able to. I mean, granted, I haven't ventured out to many other stores, but I'm hoping I can find one there. So if you are in the Los Angeles area and you are curious about KCON, tickets are on sale now for the convention part of it, and that is August 19th through 21st, and that is at the crypto.com arena. I think that is formerly known as the Staples Center.
Hmm.
Oh, actually, there's two locations. LA Convention Center, they're essentially right next to each other. Oh, I see. The crypto.com arena is where the concert is going to be,
Right,
and the
right,
LA
right.
Convention Center will be all the panels and the actual convention part of it. So, but they're literally like just a walk away.
Yeah.
So if you're interested, go ahead and check out the tickets. This is hashtag not sponsored. We just wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit of intel if you were curious. And there is like separate tiers, because there's a separate ticket for the
Right.
convention and then the concert. Like, it's
Concert,
not
and
just,
then
you can do a package, but
they have artist
it's
packages
expensive.
that you could, yeah. So I'm gonna try to get that package, but it is $1,900. It's expensive.
Yeah.
But I think I told you, like, in text, I was like, I will do anything I can
You'll
to
do
meet
anything. You
Yeji.
will
I
do it.
don't care to meet Itzy and Yeji. Like,
If you have
whatever.
to eat Kraft mac and
Right.
cheese
I
from
don't
the
care what
99
it
cent
takes.
store for a
Right.
month,
If I have to post 3 videos a day on YouTube to make up for it, like,
do it.
right, I don't care. Like, the problem is going to be, getting one before they're sold out,
Yes.
unfortunately. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
And yeah, we'll see. Hopefully we will. I feel good about it. So I think we're gonna go the press route and see.
Yes.
And then if not, we will Cross that bridge when we get to it.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. And then other upcoming things, aespa is going to be in town.
Yeah.
Itzy has announced their world tour tickets are not on sale
Not
for
on sale
that yet.
yeah.
And Stray Kids also coming to town in
Less
July.
than a month now.
Less than a month. And
Yeah.
they have 4 tour dates in California. They have 2 in LA, the 9th and the 10th of July. And then
Oakland.
So 6 because they're also going to be in Orange County at the Honda Center, which I'm considering. We'll see how I feel after
after the first
after their concert. I might be like so addicted, like I need to go and see them again. I'll just get the high nosebleed seats just so I can go and listen to their live vocals.
Yeah. It is a different
excited.
experience when you're sitting right up front than when you're sitting in the back, because when you're right up front, you kind of are focused on like getting attention, or like, because like I remember like the first time I saw Twice, I got to go I had VIP tickets, so I saw the sound check, and they came out just like in normal clothes, and I just remember how like in awe I was with how they looked in person. I'm like, they're prettier than in videos and posters and stuff. I'm like, how is that even possible?
I don't even know how that's possible.
I literally was baffled. Like Sana came up like right to the edge. I was like 2 foot away from her. I'm just sitting there like, wow.
How are you real?
Pretty much. They look like they were like literally like manufactured, right? It's like to be the perfect looking people. So like sometimes, you know, like during a concert when they come, you're not really like totally like fully engulfed in the music because you're engulfed in them like being right in front of you. So sometimes like sitting back it is like you can enjoy the music a little bit more, and the performance a little bit more.
I think that's true. I think up front there's so much going on. You know, you feel the energy of that crowd. You're overstimulated.
Oh yeah.
And you don't know how to focus on just like the one thing. It's like you listen to music, but you want to look at them and you want to try to interact, and people are freaking out next to you, so you kind of want to join in on that. And there's signs, and it's a lot of excitement. So I think even though we don't have floor seats for Stray Kids, I'm actually okay with it, and I'm gonna be excited too. Yeah. Also, like, I'm not a spring chicken, so it's gonna be nice to sit down and sing some of their songs. Not that you can't sit down where you're on the floor, because there are chairs.
Yeah, but it's like
but it's a little bit different
when everybody else around you is
the upper bowl is a little bit different.
Yeah, I will say Itzy is playing in Arizona, in Phoenix, Arizona on my birthday, so I will do what I can to get that front row tickets, and I will have a sign that says something to Yeji telling her it's my birthday. Maybe she can grab my phone and take a picture or something like that. Because they can do that sometimes.
Make sure you take a Samsung with you. Or is that a Blackpink specific?
I think it's specifically Blackpink, because I've like Twice, some of them have iPhones.
Well, Blackpink, all their members have iPhones, but in concerts they only.
In concerts they can't. Yeah, I've literally seen videos.
Which I get because it's a Korean phone.
LG is from Korea. Yeah.
Oh.
Or Samsung. LG is also from Korea, I think. But Samsung is, Korean, so they struck a deal with them, for something. I've literally seen videos of like Jenny grab a phone and going, "Oh no, I can't do it." Like,
she's like,
Samsung,
"Oh God,
no iPhone, Samsung." And can you imagine like being that person? Like, "Oh my gosh, stupid Apple!"
Buy a whole new phone just for a concert.
I literally brought a Samsung phone to see Twice in case they, in case that happened. But they have iPhones, so yeah.
Well, I think that about does it for our first episode.
I enjoyed this a lot.
I hope it doesn't feel any different than just me and you talking on the phone, because Warren and I literally do this on a daily basis.
Yeah, and that's what we're hoping for this to be, is just casual, fun conversations about stuff that we love, and hopefully you love too if you're here for it. So
there you go. So comment below all of your thoughts, other topics that you kind of maybe want us to cover, any recommendations you have for us. If you have a group or a song or even a K-drama that you really like,
please
put that in the comments below. If you're watching us on YouTube, if you're listening to us on Anchor, I'm going to say this, but I'm not sure if it's going to be available, so apologies in advance. But Anchor does have a voicemail capability where you can leave a comment or questions and whatnot via voicemail, and it's free. You don't have to pay for it. So do that. Yeah, you can do that, or you can just watch us on YouTube. And we also have an Instagram. It's listed right below Warren's. There you go. K-pop Besties Pod on Instagram. So we'll be posting updates and whatnot to our Instagram account as well. So follow us everywhere. Thanks for listening and thanks for watching. And thanks, Warren, for your time.
Oh,
We'll see
please.
ya.
You kidding me? We could go for
I don't know,
hours
2
more.
hours,
Yeah,
2-hour
like,
episodes.
please. Yeah.
Get
No,
ready.
this is fantastic. Thank
When
you, Lindsay.
Checkmate drops, like that's gonna be like the
Oh,
2-hour episode,
that's gonna
dedicated
be.
episode.
We're just gonna listen to the whole album together.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll have to work around some
Work
copyright
around
stuff.
some copyright issues. So we'll make it happen.
Yes. And so let it, and also if there's some debuts coming up you're excited for, let us know about those as well.
Yes, please
So
do.
we'll have to check them out.
Yeah. All right. We'll catch you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.